Good evening to all of you. Today we are going to explain the one of the major problem of Indian economy, that is unemployment. Now what is unemployment? Unemployment is a situation when a person is willing to work, he is ready to work, ready to accept wage rate, means whatever salary industries or companies are providing, he is ready to accept that salary or wage, means he is ready to accept wage rate, but then also he is not getting employment, he is not getting job, work. That situation is called unemployment, and that person is called unemployed person. So what is the definition of unemployment? When a person is willing to work, ready to work, ready to accept, prevailing means current, prevailing wage rate, but did not get work, is called unemployed person. And the situation is called unemployment. So when a person is willing to work, ready to work, he is also ready to accept the prevailing wage rate, but did not get work. Then such person is called unemployed person, and that situation is called unemployment. This type of unemployment is also known as unwilling unemployment. Why it is called unwilling unemployment? Because this is the situation of unemployment, but the person do not want to remain unemployment. He is not willing to remain unemployed. That's why it is called unwilling unemployment, or compulsory nature of unemployment, because when job or work is not available, so it is compulsory for him to remain unemployed. That's why it is called compulsory nature of unemployment. The two alternative names of unemployment situation is unwilling unemployment or compulsory nature of unemployment. And here we are talking about the unemployment regarding the active force. Active force means we are talking about those working population. We are talking about only and only about working population. Working population means those who are willing to work, ready to accept wage rate, but they are not getting work. Then they are called unemployed. Means we are discussing about active force, and active force means the age between. Active force includes the age between 15 to 64 years. This is also known as working population. Means below 15 years, children do not want to do work, they have to involve in studies, and above 60 years we are assuming that they became old age, they cannot do work. That is the exceptional point, that some individuals who are above 64 years or some individuals who are below 15 years, they are also working. But when we are talking about working population, on an average basis, we have taken the age between 15 to 64 years. These individuals between this age are included in working population, means active workforce, not active force, sorry, active workforce. Active workforce. So when we are discussing about unemployment, it means we are discussing about those individuals who are in between the age of 15 to 64 years, and below 15 and above 64 years, they are called non-active workforce. Non-active workforce or non-working population. This is working population, opposite of that non-working population. So if 1 mark question will come that what is the age limit for active workforce, then you have to say age between 15 to 64 years, they are included in active workforce. Or if question comes who are not included in active workforce, so age below 15 years and above 64 years are not included in active workforce. So this chapter unemployment is related with these individuals between 15 to 64 years. So if any individual who is willing to work, means he has all the qualification, he possesses qualification, he has skill, he is ready to work, he is ready to accept wage rate, but then also by searching job he is not getting any kind of work, then that situation is called unemployment, and that person, that individual is called unemployed person. Means here we are talking about unemployment of active workforce, and active workforce includes the age between 15 to 64 years. This type of situation is called unemployment or unwilling unemployment or compulsory nature of unemployment. The first meaning or short introduction about unemployment is completed. फोटो ले सकते हैं तो ले लीजिए प्लीज. And this chapter is given on page number 65. Page number 65. Now from textbook I am reading. According to page number 66, definition is given. According to above definition, at current wage rate, means prevailing wage rate, a person is eager and ready to work but is deprived of work, means he is not getting work, then he is said to be unwilling unemployment or compulsory nature of unemployment. Similarly, now opposite of that, if a person is not willing, whether that person is in between this age, but if he is not willing and ready to work, not getting work, then such situation is not to be called unemployment. What is the situation? When he is willing to work, ready to accept wage rate, then he is not getting work, then that situation is called unemployment or unwilling unemployment or compulsory nature of unemployment. But if, second point, opposite of that, but if person is not willing and ready to work and not getting work also, but he is also not willing to work also. That is the important point. He is not willing to work, not ready to work, and if he is not getting work, then he is not to be called unemployment. Then he is not to be said unemployed. And this type of unemployment is called voluntary unemployment. Voluntary unemployment means he is unemployed due to his own choice. He do not want to do work. He is not interested in work. Suppose that individual is in between 15 to 64 years, means he is included in active workforce, but situation is what? That he is not interested in doing work. He is not ready to work. He is not ready to accept prevailing wage rate, and he is not getting job also. Then such person is not said to be unemployed. Unemployed person is that person, that individual who is willing to work, ready to accept wage rate, but he is not getting work. Then that person is called unemployed person, and that situation is called compulsory nature of unemployment. And this is voluntary unemployment, because he is unemployed due to his own choice. He do not want to work. So two types of unemployment is there: compulsory nature of unemployment and voluntary nature of unemployment. If question comes, define voluntary nature of unemployment or voluntary unemployment, then you have to explain that if a person is not willing, not ready to work, not ready to accept, opposite of this, not ready to accept prevailing wage rate, and he is not getting work, then this type of person, this type of individual is called voluntary unemployed, or this situation is called voluntary unemployment. So two points are there. One is compulsory nature of unemployment, other is voluntary unemployment. Now we have to discuss about types of unemployment. That is given on page number 67. So when a person is willing to work, ready to accept prevailing wage rate, but not getting work, then such person is called unemployed person, and this situation is called unemployment. This type of unemployment is also known as unwilling unemployment, and compulsory nature of unemployment. Compulsory because he has to remain unemployed, because there is no job, there is no work. Now next topic is types of unemployment. Types of unemployment. This is given on page number 67. Types of unemployments are open unemployment, underemployment, disguised unemployment, cyclical unemployment, and frictional unemployment. 5 types are given. Out of these, first 2 topics, open unemployment and underemployment, is deleted from the course according to new guidelines. Now third one is disguised unemployment. Disguised unemployment. Now what is the meaning of disguised? Disguised means hidden. Disguised means hidden, means invisible. Hidden means invisible. So disguised unemployment is also known as hidden unemployment, or we can say this is a kind of invisible unemployment. Means disguised unemployment means when a person seems to be employed. Once again, when a person seems to be employed but actually he is not employed. Once again, when a person seems to be employed but actually he is not employed. This type of employment is called disguised unemployment. Or in other words, whenever more than required working population are working, more than required laborers are working, then the additional laborers who are working on that particular work, they are called disguised unemployment. First line, when a person seems to be employed but he is unemployed, then it is called disguised unemployment. इसका मतलब है कि देखने में तो ऐसा लग रहा है कि वो काम कर रहे हैं बट एक्चुअली में वो काम नहीं कर रहे, मतलब वो अनएम्प्लॉयड है. देखने में ऐसा लगता है वो एम्प्लॉयड है बट एक्चुअली में वो अनएम्प्लॉयड है. फ्रॉम एग्जाम्पल आई विल एक्सप्लेन इट बट लेटर ऑन. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड. देखने में ऐसा लगेगा दे आर एम्प्लॉयड बट एक्चुअली they are unemployed. Sentence is they seems to be employed but actually they are unemployed. This situation is called disguised unemployment. Second definition मैंने आपको बताई कि when more than required working population, और working population हटा के आप labor भी यूज कर सकते हैं. When more than required laborers are working, then additional laborers are called disguised unemployed laborers. मतलब जितनी ज़रूरत है वर्कर्स की उससे ज़्यादा अगर काम कर रहे हैं तो जो एक्स्ट्रा काम कर रहे हैं दे आर कॉल्ड डिस्गाइज्ड अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट. एंड इन केस ऑफ डिस्गाइज्ड अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट द एडिशनल लेबर्स हु आर वर्किंग मीन्स हु आर एक्चुअली अनएम्प्लॉयड, देयर मार्जिनल प्रोडक्टिविटी इज जीरो. देयर, चलिए बाद में लिख देंगे, देयर मार्जिनल प्रोडक्टिविटी इज जीरो. द फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल डेफिनेशन, then I will explain this unemployment from an example. When according to textbook, in textbook proper definition is not given, so I am writing here. When workers seems to be employed but actually they are unemployed. This situation is called or this type of unemployment is called disguised unemployment. Or in other words, this first definition. Second definition you can write that when more than required laborers are working, more than required laborers are working means suppose 4 workers are sufficient for doing that particular job, but instead of 4 laborers 6, here labor means, labor does not mean labor means working population. So if 4 laborers are required but in order to complete a particular job, particular work, but instead of 4 laborers in that particular job 6 laborers are employed. So additional 2 laborers is called disguised unemployed or disguised unemployment. That situation is called disguised unemployment. So when more than required laborers are working for a particular job or for a particular work, then additional workers are considered to be unemployed, are considered to be disguised unemployed. Disguised unemployed. Why it is called disguised unemployment or disguised unemployed person? Because they seems to be employed but actually they are not employed, and because they are unemployed, that's why in case of disguised unemployment, the marginal productivity of those workers is zero. Now how it is zero? For example, we have a particular field. In that field, total 100 quintals of wheat, maximum 100 quintals of wheat can be produced with the help of 4 workers. Means in order to produce 100 quintals of wheat, total 4 workers are needed. But here in this particular field, instead of 4 workers, 6 workers are working, 6 laborers are working. It means when 6 workers are working, then also we are able to produce maximum 100 quintals of wheat. And if we remove 2 workers, additional 2 workers, it means now 4 workers are working, then also 100 quintals of wheat can be produced. Means when 6 workers are working, that time also, and when 4 workers are working, that time also, 100 quintals of wheat can be produced. It means additional 2 workers are producing nothing, zero, because 100 quintals of wheat can be produced with the help of 4 workers. It means there is no need of additional 2 workers. Means their marginal productivity, if they will be removed, then also there is no effect on total production. Same production, same quantity can be produced with the help of 4 workers. It means additional 2 workers are producing nothing. It means their marginal productivity is zero. So in case of disguised unemployment, marginal productivity of workers, those who are disguised unemployed, their marginal productivity is zero, and such type of unemployment is mostly seen in agricultural sector. Another important point, disguised unemployment is mostly seen in agricultural sector. वाई इन एग्रीकल्चरल सेक्टर? तो आपको देखा होगा आपने, एग्रीकल्चरल सेक्टर में जिनके पास ज़मीन होती है, लैंड होता है फार्मिंग के लिए, उसके एक फैमिली, जितने फैमिली मेम्बर्स होते हैं सब उसमें एम्प्लॉयड हो जाते हैं, सब उसमें काम करते हैं. अगर उसमें 4 मेंबर्स की ज़रूरत है तो ऑल फैमिली मेम्बर्स, अगर उससे 4 से ज़्यादा मेंबर्स है तो ऑल फैमिली मेम्बर्स आर एम्प्लॉयड इन दैट पर्टिकुलर फील्ड. इसका मतलब क्या है कि इफ़ 4 लेबर्स आर नीडेड और उसमें 6, 7, 8 सारे फैमिली मेम्बर्स ज्वाइन हो रखे हैं, इट मीन्स जो एडिशनल 3 या 4 मेंबर है उनकी ज़रूरत नहीं है. बट देन ऑल्सो बिकॉज दैट इज़ देयर पर्सनल लैंड, दैट्स वाई दे आर डूइंग वर्क, नो प्रॉब्लम. बट जो एडिशनल फ्रॉम इकोनॉमिक्स पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, जो एडिशनल उसमें एम्प्लॉयड हैं, they are producing nothing, their productivity is zero. That's why we are saying that disguised unemployment is mostly seen in agricultural sector, because in rural areas majority of population or almost all population are depend on agriculture, and they do not have any option other than agriculture in rural area. That's why all individuals have to depend on their agricultural land. That's why disguised unemployment is mostly seen in agricultural sector. So these are the important point regarding disguised unemployment. Disguised unemployment, once again, when a person, when a labor seems to be employed but actually he is unemployed, then this situation is called disguised unemployment, or that worker is called disguised unemployed worker. Means whenever more than required laborers are working for doing a particular work, for doing a particular job, then additional workers are considered to be disguised unemployment. Disguised unemployment is also known as hidden unemployment or invisible unemployment. In case of disguised unemployment, the marginal productivity of workers, marginal productivity of those workers who are disguised unemployed, their productivity is zero. Means if they will be removed from the work, then also production, means quantity of production will be same. It means they are producing nothing. That's why their marginal productivity is zero. And this type of unemployment is mostly seen in agricultural sector. This is all about disguised unemployment. Now next topic, that is cyclical unemployment. Cyclical unemployment. Now before explaining about cyclical unemployment, we have to understand what is cycle. Here cycle word is used. It is about trade cycle. And trade cycle we have already studied in 11th standard. First of all, boom period, that is called prosperity period. After boom period, recession period comes. Recession. Then after that, depression period. And then recovery period. Recovery period. First of all, we have to understand about the trade cycle. Boom period, that is also known as prosperity period. Now what is prosperity period? So, right now we have to explain, we have to understand only boom period and depression period. Prosperity period is that situation, that period when demand for a product or services is very high. Demand of product is very high. It means if demand is high, then manufacturers also needs to produce those goods in large quantity. It means that in that situation they are able to earn high profit, high income. Means their income is high. It means when demand is high, production also remains high, and as a result, profit or income of the business unit also remains high. It means during that period, because production is very high, it means almost all individuals are employed. Means there is no unemployment situation. Unemployment situation is almost negligible. But when depression period comes, this is the point, this is the situation where demand is very, very low. Demand for any particular product or commodity is very, very low. And when demand is low, manufacturers will not produce those goods in large quantity. Means production also becomes very low. And when production becomes low, so they need to remove various number of workers from the work. And when they are removing those workers from the work, those workers becomes unemployed, and they become unemployed due to this trade cycle, which rotates regularly. Boom period comes, then recession period comes, then depression, then again recovery, again trade, again boom period, again, means this cycle rotates. So when depression period comes, when this situation arises, in that situation demand becomes very low. As a result, production becomes very low, and when production becomes very low, then many workers are removed from their work, and as a result they remain unemployed. They have to remain unemployed, or they become unemployed. This unemployment is called cyclical unemployment. So directly during depression period, demand for a particular product becomes low. As a result, production as well as income. Production also becomes low. Production as well as income of the industry also becomes low. Production also becomes low. So, many workers are removed from their work and they become unemployed. This situation is called cyclical unemployment. And this type of situation mostly found in industrial sector. This situation is mostly found in industrial sector. Now, according to textbook, in a capitalist type of economy, investors, third line, when economy faces depression, third or fourth line, sorry, when economy faces depression, then there is a reduction in demand of goods and services, and due to reduction in effective demand, industry have to reduce production also or shut down the production. Sometimes they are reducing production, and sometimes due to depression period they have to shut down their business. And as a result, many laborers are retrenched from the work, means they are removed from the work. So here depression becomes the reason for unemployment. This depression situation becomes the reason for unemployment, and this type of situation, this type of unemployment is called cyclical unemployment, or another name is depressive unemployment. Another name is given in textbook, depressive unemployment. Or another name, trade cycle unemployment. So three names are there: cyclical unemployment, or trade cycle unemployment, or depressive unemployment. And on the basis of past experience, one important line that can be used for MCQ question, that cyclical unemployment almost all countries of the world had already faced when during 1929 to 30, that year was called Great Depression, the year of Great Depression. So which year is considered as Great Depression year? 1929-30. Second para is given, America experienced a severe depression during 1929-30. During that time, demand is almost becomes very, very low. That's why production becomes very low. That's why various industries had to be shut down, and various number of individuals have been retrenched from the work, means removed from the work. That's why that year was called as year of Great Depression, and its effect was faced by many countries of the world. That's why this depression was known as Great Depression. So 1 mark question, which year is called Great Depression? 1929-30. And who had experienced this severe depression? America. Now third one is frictional unemployment. Third topic and last topic of types of unemployment, frictional unemployment. Now third one is frictional unemployment, and this frictional unemployment is related with technology. Third, frictional unemployment. Now we all know that various fields, economic activities, fields are such in which technology changes frequently. For example, automobile industry, for example, electronic items industry. In such type of industries, technology changes very frequently, very fast. Then what happens? Whenever new technology comes in that particular field, what happens? The workers who are working on old technology, working with old technology, they remain unemployed for a shorter time period because they do not have knowledge about the new technology. It means they cannot work with new technology. That's why they have to remain unemployed, but for a shorter time period. When they become skilled with new technology, again they can start their work, but the period, the duration for which they remain unemployed, that is called frictional unemployment. Means frictional unemployment is completely related with technology. So whenever new technology is introduced or adopted by any industry, whenever new technology introduced and it is adopted by any industry, then workers working with old technology has to become unemployed because they do not know about the know-how of the technology. Means as they do not have knowledge about new technology, so such type of unemployment is called frictional unemployment. But important point is this is short term unemployment. This is short term unemployment. Now according to textbook, when in production process, because of changes in demand or production or due to change in taste and preference or new technology, new goods enter in the market and unemployment arises, then this unemployment is called frictional unemployment. Second para is given, or directly I am taking example. When a smartphone replaced old mobile phone, means when new technology is adopted, introduced, then old mobile phones, then laborers engaged in production, sale and service of old mobile phones became unemployed. This is called frictional unemployment. So example is given. Last example, if when a smartphone replaced means introduced, then the workers who are working with old mobile phones, either they are related with production or related with sales or related with services, they are providing repairing services, but they are engaged in old mobile phone. So when a smartphone introduced, so they have to remain unemployed for a shorter time period, and this is called frictional unemployment. In second para, last line is written, this unemployment is for short term. So these are the different types of unemployment, and in this way this topic is completed. Types of unemployment. The total 5 types are there, out of which 2 are deleted and 3 I had explained. Now any doubt you can ask.